movie notes on Ford v Ferrari, 2019 film, and I just finished watching it today, Sunday, 26 May 2024. This is a copy I picked up from my local library, 0.8 miles that way on the roads, and it was on the shelves, so I picked it up and watched it. And these are my notes from this viewing, and my description for this viewing is a biographical film about a period of time emphasizing Ken Miles as a car designer and driver and Carroll Shelby as a car designer and businessman. So while both men have real human beings that existed at some point in time, so biographical, and then they both have driving history, and Ken Miles sticks with the driving, and Carroll Shelby goes towards the more business side, but they both are car designers. Okay. And so it emphasizes that in kind of a battle in a car designing, and for Ford at the least, in context in relation to Ferrari, another car company. So that's my broad takeaway. It was enjoyment. I'd give this a 5 out of 5. I think I gave it 5 out of 5 first time I seen it, and I haven't really changed my rating at any point in time. It's enjoyable. It's longer. It's over 2.5 hours. It's 2 hours and 32 minutes all the way through. I watched it all the way through. So that's something to keep in mind. In terms of so I finished reading American Sniper, an autobiography of Chris Kyle today. And something that was in that book as well as in this movie was disagreements in relationships. So I view disagreements and kind of fighting between people in a relationship as a sign of strength, and a sign of strength of the relationship, and because it's a sign of strength of relationship that the people can come up with a solution true to each of them. So if people in a relationship don't ever argue and always agree and yada yada yada, it's not really good. It means neither person is strong enough to kind of to stand up for themselves and what they believe in, and kind of push over or just go, okay honey, we're gonna do that, right? And like never argue and just never stand up for themselves, right? So it's, I would say disagreement is a strength, and especially the ability to share those strengths, or not strengths, share those disagreements, right? To actually trust the other person in the relationship enough to share discontent, but also be like, and this is what I stand for. I view it as a strength, and to actually communicate that with the other person and work through it, I think is a true strength of relationship. Disagreements are and the ability to work through them are foundation. And right, it doesn't mean they have to agree, but just, staying true to each other and respecting that. Right? Disagreements are a hallmark of a healthy and strong relationship. From my perspective, I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And then something else, there's a scene in here where Ken Miles is working on a car, and his wife, Molly Miles, comes in and brings him like a beverage, with their food. And I was thinking of that, and I was like, I snare my moving with my boyfriend Josh Kerr. Do I do that for him? If he's working out, like, what would that be? So he's working out in the home gym, and we're living together, move in with him, and we have a home gym or something like that. And he's working out, and maybe he's a little frustrated. Do I come in with Gatorade Zero and some of my grandma's cinnamon rolls? And he's lifting weights or doing some sort of calisthenics or something, and he's sweaty and kind of frustrated with the workout, and I'm like, Gatorade Zero and cinnamon rolls. My grandma's cinnamon rolls. It's okay, Josh. It's gonna be okay. And then I was like, well, okay. I would say, in all honesty, her performance in the actress who played Molly Miles, I'm going to focus on the name of the character because that's something I don't think I've remembered from the viewings before. It's Molly. I even watched the end credits to make sure I got the character, the real person that, is based on Molly Miles. Right. So I thought that actress was the best performance potentially I've ever seen in terms of a significant other. Right? So Ken Miles and Molly Miles have disagreements in their relationship, kind of like, but not the same as Ken Miles and Carroll Shelby have disagreements in their relationship, and it makes them stronger. And her performance was spectacular. Best performance of 2019 by a female, like actress, period, in any movie I've seen in 2019 film. And yes, in terms of like quality of relationship. If that, like, and not ruining, like, she really does it justice. So let's put it in a positive. She really does the strength of the Molly Miles character justice. Person, not character, person. Yeah. I'm gonna put a link to my notes on biography or my notes on autobiography / biography playlist, as well as my movie notes playlist. And then I was thinking, so love, in the manifestation of love, I'm thinking of my Josh Kerr, moving in with my boyfriend Josh Kerr. Dog sitting / house sitting for parents so they can still travel. Yes. So living with my boyfriend Josh Kerr, be it in Seattle and or our dream house in Snohomish County, you know, being available for my parents. So if they're they want to travel, being like, we'll watch the house and we'll watch the dog while you're away. We're here for you. They are also welcome to stay with us, me and my boyfriend Josh Kerr, during a snowstorm / heat wave be we living, where I move in with him and or our dream house. And we want to host birthdays, holidays, and other spontaneous occasions. We're having a house with my boyfriend, like living in a house with my boyfriend, us having a house. Come on over. We'll host Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, spontaneous barbecues, and stuff like that. But I was like, this all stems from the kind of the spontaneous nature, but also knowing that it's spontaneous, but it's also kind of needed to foster a healthy relationship. Miles and miles. Couple in this movie. So there we go. So my movie notes on Ford v Ferrari 2019 film, 26 May 2024 viewing.